What's up, guys? It's gonna be my second time trying to do this. I ran out of time. I went 7-5 on this card. A lot of people didn't do very well on this card. Unfortunately, it happens. I did pretty well point wise. I do MMA Playground with a bunch of these other guys that other analysts that do it on YouTube. Aside from Jeremy, the MMA analyst, Do Live IJ, whichever we would call him, he's the only one that doesn't do it up on there, but everybody else does. And I came in fourth place, despite the fact that I went 7-5. So I called a lot of these pretty well. Anthony Johnson proved me wrong when he totally dominated Tommy Spears. Anthony Johnson might be the real deal. I want to see him fight another. Let's see him fight another really, really good welterweight, and if he does something similar, he might be the real deal. I don't know. Maybe he's just fighting these new guys and just catching them. I can't tell. Manny did what I expected him to do. He did it in the first round instead of the second round, but he did exactly as I expected him to do. Did a turnaround guillotine. Marcus Aurelio basically dominated with a really fast armbar. I expected it to go to decision. Good job, Marcus. Proved me wrong there, but I still got him winning. George Sideropoulos did exactly as I expected him to. I expected the second round to end probably be a choke or something, but he ended up just pounding out Roman Michian. Got that one right. Clay Guida, I expected it to be a rear naked choke probably in the second round. Clay Guida won via TKO in the first round. Basically just dominated Sammy Chavayo badly. Josh Neer was one of my picks that a lot of people disagreed with me about. I called that one perfectly. Josh Neer was too big, too strong, and out-wrestled Dean Thomas. Basically took him down, out-wrestled, and ground and pounded him. Maybe Dean Thomas was still injured, maybe not. I'm not going to get into speculation. All I know is unanimous decision to Josh Neer. Gray Maynard beat Frank Edgars. That was my first fight I got wrong. Frank Edgar's just too small, unfortunately. A lot of those really big wrestlers that are dominating the division, the Huertas, the Clay Guidas, the Gray Maynards, and the Sean Sherks are just going to be too big for somebody as good as Frankie Edgars. I think he should drop down and go featherweight. He'd be dominating in featherweight in the WEC. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to just become a gatekeeper. But nevertheless, I'm a huge Frank Edgars fan. Gray Maynard just proved he was just so much bigger than him, though. Big guy wrestling usually trumps the smaller guy in energy. Houston Alexander, James Irving. The fight was too fast to really tell what's happening. I said if James Irving keep it on the outside that he'll win. I called Houston Alexander for it, though. Unfortunately, I got that one wrong as well. James Irving hit that Superman punch, nailed it, and finished him up. It was a good referee stoppage. I don't care what his little fans say. It was a good stoppage. Good James Irving. Nate Diaz proved me wrong again. That little bastard with that beautiful technique. He was dominating the first round. The second round he was losing. He kind of jumped guard, and it looked like Pellegrino was going to go slam him after he jumped guard, and he pushed off the fence, and it looked like that threw Pellegrino totally off balance. I'm gonna watch it again, but that's what it looked like. What happened? And as soon as they hit the ground, he was able to transition to a triangle pretty quickly. He sunk it in slow, but he transitioned pretty quickly into the triangle. And it was a deep triangle. Finished him off. Nate Diaz proved me wrong again. Unbelievable. Matt Hamill versus Tim Bosch. Tim Bosch gassed. I think he was winning. He won the first round, and he was in the middle of winning the second round when he gassed, and Matt Hamill took over and beat the living crap out of him. Cairo Parsnipian, as Reggie Warren says, went up against Thiago Alves. I think it was just a second early stoppage, mainly because it looked like Cairo was regaining guard just when they stopped it. But I'm not going to argue with it. It was a stoppage nonetheless. First time I've ever seen Cairo stopped or hurt really badly. Thiago's the real deal. This basically solidified John Fitch as number one contender now, since Cairo is the only other guy up there. Thiago Alves has to wait in line because John Fitch has already beaten him. So why would he, all of a sudden have to fight John Fitch again for a title shot? He hasn't earned it. So good. I called that one wrong. I thought Cairo had it. Cairo was winning on points up until he got knocked on his ass. And then the fight of the night, I called exactly, people. Exactly. First round, Kenny Florian was dominating in the power. He made the most effective punches. He was basically dominating. I do agree Joe Lauzon won the round, mainly due to ground and pound and lay and pray, but it wasn't really good ground and pound, but it was enough to win the round. And in the second round, Kenny just opened up again. He started finding his range. He started just laying into him. And I don't care what you say. It says it TKO on the books. None of those punches that Kenny was landing were really bad. They weren't really hurting Joe that badly. Joe gave up. Joe basically took his hands and went like that and just blocked. He might as well have tapped out. He wasn't trying to buck up. He wasn't trying to spin out. He wasn't trying to initiate any kind of scramble. He wasn't trying to do anything. That's giving up. That's tapping out due to strike. So I called that exactly. I don't care. Y'all can call me wrong. Can call me a liar all y'all want. I got that exactly. Which I thought was a crazy pick, but damn. Maybe I should start doing these picks a little bit more. At least the big picks a little bit more, because I called two of the big picks exactly. That's about it on the card. I went 7-5. Not too many people did that great on this card. It was really a weird card to call because some of these fights ended kind of strangely. But that's about it. Until then, talk to you later. Hopefully my camera won't be so shaky. I won't have to hold it in place again. All right, talk to you later, guys. Deuces.